Hey there, amazing explorers. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going on a super fun adventure into the world of graphs. Now, you might be thinking, what in the world is a graph? Well, imagine you have a bunch of colorful toys and you want to show your friends how many red ones, blue ones, and yellow ones you have without counting them out loud every single time. A graph is like a picture that does the counting for you. It's a visual way to organize information and see it all at once. It helps us compare things, spot patterns, and understand data in a snap. Think of it as a secret code that turns boring numbers into an exciting picture story. Ready to crack the code? Let's get started. First up, let's talk about the most common type of graph you'll see, the bar graph. Picture this. You and your friends vote on your favorite ice cream flavor. Let's say 5 friends choose chocolate, 3 choose vanilla, and 4 choose strawberry. A bar graph makes this super easy to see. We draw a line at the bottom, called the x-axis, and we write our flavors there, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Then we draw a line going up the side, the y-axis, and we put numbers on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now for the fun part. For chocolate, we draw a bar or a rectangle that goes all the way up to the number 5. For vanilla, a bar that goes up to 3. And for strawberry, a bar that reaches up to 4. Voila! Just by looking, you can instantly see that chocolate is the most popular and vanilla is the least popular. The tallest bar wins. Bar graphs are awesome for comparing different groups. Like favorite pets, number of books read, or even the colors of cars you see passing by. Next on our graph safari is the pie chart, pie. A pie chart is a circle, just like a yummy pizza or a pie that's sliced up. Each slice represents a part of a whole group. Let's go back to our ice cream example. Imagine our whole group of friends is the entire pie, since more people chose chocolate. The chocolate slice would be the biggest piece of the pie. The strawberry slice would be a little smaller, and the vanilla slice would be the smallest. A pie chart is perfect when you want to see how each part contributes to the whole thing. For example, you could make a pie chart showing how you spend your day, a big slice for sleeping, a medium slice for school, and smaller slices for playing, eating, and reading. It shows you a percentage of the total, making it easy to see which activity takes up the most time. It's like dividing up a pizza among friends, everyone gets a slice. But some slices might be bigger than others. Let's move on to our third amazing graph, the line graph. Line graphs are fantastic for showing how something changes over time. Imagine you plant a tiny seed and want to track how tall it grows each week. On the bottom line, the x-axis, you'd write week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. On the side line, the y-axis, you'd put the height in inches. In week 1, your plant is 1 inch tall, so you put a dot where week 1 and 1 inch meet. In week 2, it's 3 inches tall, so you put a dot there. You keep doing this each week. When you're done, you connect the dots with a line. You can now see a line going up, showing exactly how your plant has grown. You can see if it grew quickly or slowly. Line graphs are used for all sorts of things, like tracking the temperature throughout the day or showing how many points your favorite sports team scores in each game of the season. They tell a story of change over time. So, let's do a quick recap of our graph adventure. We learned about bar graphs, which are perfect for comparing different amounts with tall, colorful bars. We explored pie charts, the circular graphs that show parts of a whole, just like slices of a delicious pie. And we discovered line graphs, which connect the dots to tell a story of how things change over a period of time. Each graph is a special tool with its own superpower for showing us information in a clear and fun way. They turn numbers and lists into pictures we can understand in a flash. Now it's your turn to be a data detective. Try making your own graph. You could make a bar graph of your family's favorite colors, a pie chart of the types of animals in your favorite cartoon, or a line graph of how many pages you read in a book each day. The possibilities are endless. Thanks for joining our graphing expedition today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Now you have a powerful new skill to understand the world around you. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed our adventure and subscribe so you don't miss our next fun learning journey. Keep exploring, keep asking questions. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.